What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds. Today, we've got a brand new 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee Altitude 4x2 to review on the channel, thanks to David Stanley Chrysler Jeep Dodge in Midwest City. Thanks to those guys over there, we have a new car on the channel to review, and it's a good thing they gave this to me because I have been trying to get my fiance to swap out her Mustang GT. I bought her a brand new 2022 Mustang GT back in 2022, and she's been driving it all the time. She loves it, but she rarely drives. When she does, she drives quite a bit of miles, but it's only every so often. And that Mustang of hers, after 3 years, only has 10,000 miles on the odometer. So she doesn't really drive all that far, especially not very often. You know, maybe 20 or 30 miles twice a week. It's really not that big of a deal. So the last time we had a massive snowstorm out here, she had a hard time with that car because I wasn't here to take her where she needed to go. She took the Mustang and it did horribly bad, as you know, you would probably expect. Now, it's not on summer tires, it's on all seasons. I made sure that she had all season tires, but even then on that car, it just didn't do very well. So since that incident, she's been kind of thinking maybe she wants to go into an SUV. And I told her, you know, I think the Grand Cherokee would be a great SUV to get into. And thankfully, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, they're having some really good deals right now on leases. Leases are great, especially if you don't drive a whole ton of miles. The less miles you drive, the better deal you're going to get on your lease. So I think for someone like her, something like this would be perfect, except this is a 4x2. Now, I'd love somebody to explain to me why any Jeep, anything bearing the Jeep brand, would be two-wheel drive. Literally, when you think Jeep, most people probably think of the old school Willys, right? You think of the Jeep Wrangler. I mean, that's what most people would probably think of initially. Those things were always 4x4s, right? And then the old Grand Cherokees, always 4x4, man. And seeing a new one that's two-wheel drive is just utterly confusing to me. Why would you buy something that's notorious for its 4x4 off-road capabilities with two-wheel drive? To save what, a few $100s? Isn't that what it is? I don't know, $600, $800 to add the transfer case and front differential? I don't know. For me, I can't get it, guy. I don't understand it. Another disappointment is there is no Hemi in this. Really sad. Really, really sad. Instead, let me show you what we've got in this one. We have, you guys guess, drop a comment below. Guess right now, what do you think we got? Is it a Hurricane? Nope. It's not a Hemi. Oh man, you know what that is. Yeah, it's the 3.6 liter Pentastar V6. Now we can close the hood because there's literally, come on, there's literally, there we go, nothing interesting under there. Now, I also think it's funny. They know that we've been thinking about getting a Grand Cherokee, so they put us in the Grand Cherokee. That was no accident. And then what I think was also kind of cool is they gave us a black and white one, just like my Charger, black and white, right? It's like, come on now, we got matching colors, her Jeep and my Charger. I don't know. It's, again, I'm going to want her to have a four-wheel drive. Now, you probably can't see here, but the total price is $43,635, 5-year, 60,000 mile warranty. Fuel economy, 19 in the city. Now that's impressive, and 26 on the highway with an average fuel economy of 22 miles per gallon. It's honestly not bad. 5-star crash rating on the overall score, frontal crash, drivers and passenger, 5-star, side crash, front and rear, 5-star, rollover, 4-star. So the crash test ratings on this thing, absolutely incredible. And I'm going to tell you, even though I haven't had this very long, I have driven it on the highway quite a bit today. This is a very comfortable car, truck, SUV, whatever you want to call it. Really nice. Leather with kind of that suede insert. It feels premium, even though this is kind of a base model. I mean, it's loaded up pretty good. I would prefer her to have ventilated seats. Just a nice little option. And I don't know if they make them with a bigger screen, but I think a bigger screen would be nice too. You have your wireless charging down here. You've got this that, I just hate this. My instinct is always going to be to grab up here to drive. And instead you get the, you know, the knob. I don't know. Dedicated climate control buttons, which is nice. Dual zones, heated steering wheel, heated seats. You know, nice little, probably, what is that, 8 or so inch touchscreen. You've got your auto start, lane departure, traction control, hazards, parking sensors, sport on. Oh boy. I'll bet that really livens up the vehicle. You even get a checkered flag. Are you kidding me? Right there, guys. A checkered flag when you put sport mode on. That probably just totally changes the way this thing drives. You've got paddle shifters, which is also nice. I like paddle shifters, even if it's not a sports car. They're nice to have. You've got your little menu control buttons over here. Your dedicated hang up and answer buttons here. You've got screen modes right here. Different cruise controls. You got your adaptive and you got your standard cruise with plus, minus, cancel, and resume. Really nice leather wrapped steering wheel with these kind of brushed plastic accents all around the dashboard. White stitching, soft touch materials absolutely everywhere, except for right here. But everywhere else, everywhere that matters, where you're going to be resting your arms or touching regularly, soft touch everywhere. And again, with the beautiful, beautiful stitching. Plenty of room. It's a lot bigger than it looks. I mean, if you haven't driven one, it'll absolutely surprise you by how much room it has. I've got this seat set the way I like it. And even though I'm not the biggest guy, but I mean, I am 5'11" and a half and 220 pounds. I mean, no, there's not a ton of leg room, but I can still kind of put my feet under the seats there. There's plenty of room right there. I'm comfortable enough sitting back here. It's not like I'm, you know, oh my God, there's no room. Now, what would be nice, I don't know if they have it right. Can we lean these back? Oh, are you serious? Guys, you can, okay, now that I'm reclined, this is a whole lot more room. Look at this. I honestly had no idea it did this. I just reached and, so like this, yeah, you're sitting up a little further than you probably want to. This would probably be an ideal seating position, but you could go even further. Look at this. I mean, you could literally kind of kick back and relax in here. I just love this even more now. She doesn't even know about this. She doesn't even know about this. Of course, you've got dedicated air conditioning, a little place to throw your phone. You've got USB-A, USB-C, 2 of them. You've got a little center, oh, that's cute. Just a teeny tiny little armrest that folds out with, of course, 2 little dedicated cup holders. It's a nice place to be. It really is. This is super comfortable and plenty of cargo room. That's the thing that just, it blew my mind when I opened the back. So I have an Escalade, which is way bigger than this. And of course it's got more room, but currently it still has the 3rd row seats in it. So it cuts off like right here. You know what I mean? This one, because it doesn't come with 3rd row seats, look at how much room there is back here. Whoa. What's under there? Oh, wow, a spare tire. That's something you don't see anymore, right? And there's plenty of room under this cover. You could throw some smaller stuff under there, have a little bit extra room. You've got a privacy shade that's supposed to go here and down there. You've got a 12-volt DC charger right there, and another one looks like, well, maybe not, but I thought that was another plug, right? Oh, that's for a cargo net. Yeah, that's for a cargo net. And then to close it, you just push it right there, move out the way. Michelin tires, street tires. These are going to be really nice for the highway. Like I said, fuel economy on this thing is amazing as well. I was kind of shocked when I saw what the fuel economy was. I mean, like 19 in the city. That's for a Jeep Grand Cherokee. Guys, that's pretty impressive. And 26 on the highway. This may not be the biggest vehicle in the world, but I mean, this is a good sized vehicle. So those numbers are absolutely impressive. So why don't we take her for a drive? We'll put her into D. This is weird, man. I don't like the knob. And I mean, I know it serves one purpose. Its only purpose in life is to just move into gear. I get it. I just don't like it. I want an old school. God, I am getting old. That's what it is. I'm getting old. Okay, let's take it around. This is some pretty rough terrain out here. It's all gravel. You guys know the deal. This is where I live. The roads suck. Generally speaking, there are potholes everywhere. So we're gonna just kind of take it. You can see we're doing 25 miles an hour. And I would call this off-road. I mean, this is definitely off the beaten path. And you can probably hear in my voice, I'm not like shaking much. It's very quiet in here, and it's very comfortable. I mean, I don't know if you guys can see behind me, but look at the dust trail back there. We're just cruising, man. Take a look in the side mirror there. We got dust just blowing everywhere behind us, and yet inside, super comfortable. And remember, this is a relatively low optioned vehicle. Okay, this is not your top of the line Jeep by any stretch of the imagination. Oh, they built all these houses. I ain't been out here in so long, guys. I didn't even know all these houses got built. That's incredible. So we're going over some pretty gnarly bumps, and this thing just handles it, man. It honestly, if I didn't know that this was two-wheel drive, I probably would have never guessed that this is a two-wheel drive vehicle. I'm going to give it just a little bit of throttle as we come around the corner. I got to be gentle. I'm not trying to dig up any gravel or anything. I don't want to scratch the new car. You know what I mean? It's not mine, and I believe in taking care of other people's property, treating it like your own. You know what I mean? Unless you abuse your property, then you'd better treat it better. Let's slow down just a little bit. I'm going to give it just a little bit of acceleration, just to. You know, it holds on to the road just fine. It is kind of hard to believe this is two-wheel drive. Even on loose gravel and dust, this thing gets great traction with street tires. So I can only imagine, I don't know, you probably wouldn't want to, but if you wanted to throw some all-terrains on here, oh, I bet she'd stick a whole lot better to this gravel and dirt, be a lot better off-road. But I think if you're looking for a real off-road vehicle, you're not going to be looking at a two-wheel drive Jeep. You're going to be looking at a four-wheel drive Jeep, or even an all-wheel drive Jeep would be better than two. So here I am driving down another just really awful road, and I'm still impressed with this thing. Here's a big bump. That was nothing, man. That was nothing. This Jeep handles itself very well. It really does. Now, I've had a lot of people trying to discuss lease versus purchase options on my channel recently, because I have never done a lease before. I've always bought, and the reason I've always bought is because I think, like a lot of people, I had the wrong mentality about buying versus leasing. Now, you're going to lose money either way. Let's just be 100% real with each other here. If you buy a brand new Jeep Grand Cherokee, right? And let's say you pay the $46,000, $47,000 for this thing. The questions I have for you are, number one, are you actually going to pay it off? Are you going to keep this vehicle plus the 8% interest that most people are going to be paying today? As of today, interest is average around 8%. Are you going to be paying all of that? Now, I don't know what the interest over a 6-year, 5-year, 6-year loan, I don't know what that would equate to on a $46,000 loan. I don't have the skills to do that in my head, but are you going to pay all of that? And if so, you're going to pay it off, and in 5 or 6 years, you're going to own a $50,000+ Jeep that's going to be worth what? 12, 14, maybe, depending on mileage. So if you go that route, because you have to purchase, you have to own it, right? Guys, think about how much money you're going to lose. 50 grand, it's going to be worth maybe 15 when you're done. $35,000. And I promise you, it's more than that with interest. But you're going to lose like $35,000. It's a lot of money. But then again, after the 5 or 6 years, or 7 even, you own it outright. It's yours. But then you have to start worrying about all the mechanical problems, because these things have a 5-year, 60,000 mile warranty. So anything after the 5 years or 60,000 miles, you got to start worrying. Now, you can always purchase an extended warranty, but that's going to cost you an extra $2,000 or $3,000 for the extended warranty. So now you're into the truck for even more. Or, hear me out, you can lease these, depending on where you're at, for, $400, let's say let's call it $500 a month for 2 years. Leasing it means you would be paying, I don't know, let's just call it $500 a month. So about $6,000 a year on a 2-year lease, you'd be looking at $12,000. On a 3-year lease, you'd be looking at $18,000. Now, while that's a lot of money to throw away on a car, it's less money than throwing away $35,000+ on a seriously depreciating asset. And remember, anytime you buy a new car, like within the first 2 or 3 years, these things lose close to 50% of their initial value. That's insane. So I think a lot of us have the same problem. It's our way of thinking. My fiance has been trying to get me to lease vehicles for years, and I've always told her, no. You're throwing money away. It's a waste of money leasing because you'll never own it. You're basically renting a car. It's junk. It's a garbage way of doing things. And she's always told me, well, all the people that I watch on social media, they have like money and, they're educated people. They all lease their cars. They don't buy anything. And I thought, well, these people don't know what the hell they're doing. That's the end of it. I will not lease a vehicle because I have to own it. I want it to belong to me. And I'll bet a lot of you probably think the exact same way. Now we're accelerating onto the interstate, guys. I'm not giving it too much throttle. It's quick. I mean, quick enough. It's not like Hellcat territory or anything, but I mean, she'll definitely get up and get on the highway. No problem at all. This is so easy to drive. I actually really like this. I would drive one. I would absolutely drive one. Again, it's got to be 4x4. I would absolutely own and drive one of these. The more I'm driving this thing, the more I'm ready to just go in there and sign the paperwork right now. It is so comfortable. And I imagine the 4-wheel drive is only going to feel a whole lot more stable than the 2-wheel drive version that we're driving right now. Anyway, here's where I'm at. I finally realized that because I trade my cars every year or two, I'm literally losing tens of thousands of dollars every time I trade in a car. And by the way, I've never owned any of them. Because as long as you have a loan on your car, you don't actually own it. The bank owns your car until the day you make your final payment. So this whole mentality about, I own this car. No, you don't. If you're leasing it, you don't own it. If you're financing it through a bank or a credit union, you don't own it. Nobody owns their car unless they hold the title free and clear of any liens and encumbrances. So thinking that way now, it makes a lot more sense. Instead of losing, $15,000 to $20,000 every time I trade in a car, and by the way, that negative equity ends up having to be paid back because a lot of people don't want to pay that money out of pocket when they do a trade-in, right? You roll it over. I've made that mistake plenty of times. I'm not saying everybody does, but it happens. Before you know it, you end up like me, where you're looking at your balance sheet and it's like, whoa, I owe $40,000 more than my car is worth. And then you're in big trouble. Well, then it's time to pay the piper, because if you want to trade the car in, you're going to need to pay not every dollar, but most of that negative equity is going to need to be paid down. Banks will typically loan 100 to 120% of the MSRP on a vehicle. So you can wrap up some negative equity, but once you get so far buried, you cannot roll over anymore. And that's what got me thinking about the leases. How nice is it to just pay a lower monthly payment than you would pay for a car payment, a lower payment, no interest. You're not paying interest on your loan, on your lease, I should say. And in 2 years or 3 years, 4 years, whatever your lease term is, you walk away owing nothing. And if you want another new car, you can get a new car. Every 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, you can walk in, not owe any debt, and trade it in for a brand new one. So you'll always be under warranty and you'll never be upside down. The only real disclaimer to that is the mileage caps. And there are mileage caps. I mean, you can get anything from 5,000 miles a year. I'm currently on a 15,000 mile a year plan. I mean, you can get whatever you want. And by the way, most leases also include some form of gap coverage, so you don't need to pay for that extra. Most of the time you have to pay for gap because you're going to be upside down on your loan. But remember, this isn't a loan. This is a lease. So typically it's rolled into that contract that you have some kind of protection in the event that you're in an accident or a total loss, and the vehicle is not worth as much as it was when it was bought new, basically. So that's included. And in my case, they also included the tax, title, and tax, which is really nice because I didn't even have to go to the tag agency to do my plates. They did it all for me. So the longer I'm using a lease, the more I'm realizing the lease is where it's at, as long as you can fit in to the mileage caps. But in most cases on leases, you can also purchase additional mileage up front. And if you don't use it, you get a refund at the end of your lease. Anyway, back to the Jeep. That's where I'm at with it. To each their own. Everybody's got to make their own financial decisions, and I'm not giving you financial advice. Believe me, I'm the last person you want to take it from, but I am telling you that I think I've made some pretty significant mistakes financially with these cars over the years, and I think from now on, at least for me, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to keep financing cars and losing depreciation on them when I can just lease. I know that the monthly payments are disappearing, but at least they're disappearing to something that I can use regularly. I have a new car that I can drive, and at the end, I won't end up owing anybody any money, and I can just do it all over again. And I am perfectly okay with that. Now, the question is my fiance going to want to trade in her Mustang GT for a V6 Grand Cherokee? I'm going to be completely honest with you. She is not there yet. She is also a gearhead. She's another firm believer in big, loud V8 gas guzzling engines, man. She's not down with the Hurricanes and the sixes turbos. And nah, she just wants an old, simplistic design, man. Just give her an old Hemi V8 and she's happy. Unfortunately, they don't put those in these anymore. But there's a hope that coming soon, maybe that stuff will be coming back to the Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep lineup, because we both love the brand. We really do. We're trying our dangest to hold on. These are tough times right now for Stellantis, and a lot of that really is their own doing. Well, really the CEO's doing, because he was doing kind of a pump and dump, looking to cash out. But anyway, he's gone, and hopefully someone gets in here to turn things around really soon. I think they will. I do, but I don't know about a V6 Jeep right now. All I can tell you is, even though it's a V6 and it doesn't make nice, loud V8 rumbly noises, it is still a really nice driving experience. And without turbochargers and a V8 engine, it still has plenty of get up and go, plenty of power. We're currently averaging 17 miles a gallon. Now that's combined. I've done quite a bit of city driving and a little bit of highway driving. So honestly, 17 I do not feel is bad at all. And I bet money this thing has done quite a bit of idling between coming off the semi-truck at the factory and sitting at the dealer's lot as well. This one hasn't even been, what is it called? PDI? Something like that, where the dealership goes through, cleans everything up, takes all the stuff off and sets it up for you. This one hasn't even been through any of that yet. So the miles per gallon on this are only going to increase as we drive further. Now, unfortunately, because I haven't had this very long, I can't really speak to its reliability. All I can tell you is what I know from my initial impressions, and it really is a very quiet, it's a very windy day. I'm on a pretty bad road, and even though you can hear a little bit of wind, this thing is quiet. I mean, I'm on a bad road, guys. On the highway, doing highway speeds, you can barely hear any hum from the tires. You can barely hear any of the wind. And this is not a fully spec'd out example. So if this is as nice as it is for a $46,000, $48,000 truck, I can only imagine what the really nicely loaded up ones are like. I would drive this all day, every day, and never think twice about it unless it ended up being unreliable. I don't know about you guys, but I really like tech, and I love that we now have full digital gauges and displays. I love that it's all digital now. This stuff is really nice, and even though this is an 8.1 inch, I think, screen, and not the big ones that I'm used to, it is a very usable display. The cameras are really, really crisp and clear. The display resolution looks really good. Laggy, a little, but not too bad. In fact, if I'm being completely honest, my charger is more laggy than this. I mean, there is a very slight delay, but you can see when I touch something, like it pretty well jumps right to it, man. Just the slightest of delays. That one took a little longer. But look, once it gets going, man, like, she's good to go. So overall, build quality seems to be nice on this. I noticed that the body lines look really good on this, which on my Charger, they don't look quite this good. Paint looks amazing. Wheels and tires, absolutely great. There's really nothing that I would complain about other than it'd be nice if it had a V8. Just like that, we made it back to old Midwest City, which is where David Stanley Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Dodge is at. Right off of 29th Street in Midwest City, across the street from Tinker Air Force Base. Guys, take a look. I mean, I've been going through construction. I've been going through all kinds of crap. And I guarantee when I edit this video, it's just going to be whisper quiet. Whisper quiet. This is something you could take the family in, whether it's through the city, whether it's on long road trips. The seats are incredibly comfortable. I could ride in this thing for a long time and never get tired of it. Handling, sharp corner, man, I like it. I like it a lot. I can't do this without my fiance telling me I'm ready. I'm serious. I'm not, by the way, I'm not getting paid. This isn't sponsored. This is nothing. They just gave me this to use while my car was in service. So, I mean, I've got no reason to lie to you. I get absolutely no kickbacks, no nothing for reviewing this car. I'm just saying, I'm ready if she would give me the go-ahead, if she would give me the green light, not this one. It's got to be a four-wheel drive, but if they got one in white with black that would match my Charger, I would sign the paperwork today. I would absolutely sign the paperwork today and be done. So stay tuned, because I genuinely like this enough from driving it today that I'm ready. If I can get her to give me the green light, yeah, run the red light, that's fine. If I could get her to give me, that was funny, the green light while he runs a red light, and I had a green light. If I could get her to give me the green light on this, man, that Mustang is gone. So I'm gonna try talking her into it. So stay tuned, because we might come back with something a little higher option than this, and four-wheel drive to review for you guys. So do me a favor, if you like these reviews, let me know. I can't do them very often because obviously I can't go to the dealership and say, hey, can I borrow your cars? I guess I could. I don't know if they'd want to do that though, man. That's got to be a liability, letting people just come in and borrow your cars. Because if I got in an accident, even if it wasn't my fault, you know, I'm sure there'd be questions like why, how, when, who, and all of that stuff. So I mean, I don't want to get the dealership in any trouble or cause them any problems at all. I really do love David Stanley, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge. I've heard other people have some complaints, but I'm here to tell you, I had a couple problems with them, and you know, you work through it and you get over it and you get past it. But they have been great to me. They've been great to my family. And I have had people come in there and say, hey, we saw Randy's video from YouTube, and you know, we're here from, you know, like Colorado. And they've taken care of those people as well, man. So, you know, go in there, tell them, hey, Randy sent me. Why are we stopping? It's a green light. There's nobody here. Why are we freaking stopping? Jeez, man. Anyway, tell them Randy sent you, man. I guarantee you they'll take care of you. They're all good people over here at David Stanley. Again, if you like the video, hit the thumbs up button and let me know. Consider subscribing to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And until next time, stay safe out there, everybody. I look forward to seeing you all again very, very soon in the next one.